You're listening to Rodney Rogers Outdoors Radio, where we turn it upside down and look at the outside from the inside out. It's safe, it's legal, and we're having a blast. So put your shoes on, my friend, because we're going outdoors.
Bada bing. Bada boo. Welcome to Rodney Rogers Outdoors. I'm Rodney Rogers. Is my partner and co-chief in crime, Mike the Man Coy himself.
It's a fine how do you do, Mr. Rogers.
It doesn't get any better than that. We have another guest tonight. Actually, Steve Schulteitz.
Repeat customer, yes.
Repeat customer, one of our absolute favorites.
Very pleased to be here.
That seat is reserved for Mr. Schulteitz anytime he wants to sit in that seat.
Exactly.
I appreciate that. Thank you very much.
Got some cool things to talk about tonight. I just want to throw something out there.
Oh,
That was well done.
Just had to shoot my gun. You know what I mean? I love shooting my gun.
Sometimes a man just has to shoot his gun.
Man just got to shoot his gun, Mike.
we have a lot to talk about tonight.
We do. So let me get right into this. If you want to call the show tonight, if you have any questions, outdoor questions, we are very good at answering those questions. I am a Florida boy. I know a lot about the state of Florida. And
He doesn't know it. I got you covered.
and we'll Google it if all else fails. If you want to call the show, it's 262-345-7763. Don't hesitate to Twitter us a question. Tweet a question. God, I got to get this.
Twitter's good. Twitter
Tweet
us
your question on the
You just get it here right away.
You can hashtag us at RROR.
Yes.
And we'll get your question right here to Mike. Mike will ask the question, and we'll get it up on the show. You can Facebook. There's a lot of things you can do.
If it is Tuesday night where you're listening from 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we are indeed live as it gets.
Absolute live.
Everything Rodney said is absolutely correct.
And we are absolute. Let me tell you something a little bit about social media on one or the other. I do not connect my social media outlets because I have different followers.
That's a good point.
That's
a really good point.
Yeah, on
Rodney.
each media outlet, and I like to cater to each my Twitter, my Facebook, my Instagram.
Because if I follow you on Twitter, I'm not going to see the same thing that you're going to post on Facebook and vice versa.
And that is true. And I just try to give the individual attention to each one of my media outlets.
They're different.
They are different.
On Twitter you have 140 characters or something? On Facebook
yeah.
you
So
have
I keep it short and sweet.
all day long.
Sometimes our show will automatically post on Twitter. That we do have.
But just enough to say, hey, it's out there.
Yeah.
can go
Rodney
and
Rogers
watch.
Outdoors is now online. So we have about 1,500 followers there. Outdoor people, and a lot of people that now follows from the Monsters that is not outdoor people. So
what are the indoor? Oh,
the indoor people. Yes, the indoories.
You got to watch out for them.
Crikey, it's
Like
an indoorie.
Like the Walking Dead.
They're outdoor wannabes.
Oh, we could be outdoories and indoors.
Yeah.
Exploring.
Moving on. Today is December 1st.
Our 95th episode.
95.
Happy
December.
We are on track for our 100th episode that we are going to have at the Gnarly Barley.
It's getting crazy, man.
If you are available January the 5th, 2016, on a Tuesday.
This is wild.
We are doing a live show at the Gnarly Barley. They are excited to have us. We're excited to be there. We'd love to sell the place out.
You are going to blow that place up.
It's going to be nuts.
We've got a ton of people already.
Episode 100, we're going to have multiple cameras running live from there. So if you can't make it, you can tune in and watch us live, but it's just gonna be a blast.
It's absolutely gonna be a blast. They're excited to have us, and I love those guys.
More information available at the camping trip.
Yeah.
Call them and ask. Call the Gnarly Barley and ask if you need to reserve a table.
Yeah, ask if you heard it on the Rodney Rogers Outdoor Show.
Everybody call
and ask if you need to reserve a table for the Rodney Rogers Outdoors.
Could you post the number?
Actually, what is the?
We can post
before
the
the
number.
show is out, we will get the number. Yeah. So, real quick, Mike, I just want to hit on this weekend's camping trip activities. Mike, we got calls coming in.
Is this really happening to us?
I love
right
it.
off the bat. Oh, we lost.
No, we didn't lose.
Oh, we didn't lose. Thank you for calling Rodney Rogers Outdoors. This is Rodney. Who are we speaking with? Hello. This is Rodney Rogers Outdoors.
They still there?
I think so. Maybe not.
I think you lost them, Rodney.
I think we did.
I think they freaked
Give
out.
us a call back.
I think it was a 911 call. I think they dialed the wrong number. It sounded like it.
So this
10
weekend,
digits off.
Oh,
Sorry.
7. Yeah, exactly.
There's not a single one anywhere in that number.
that's funny.
There's no 9, no 1.
He's got a point there. At all. Not even
Missed it by a mile.
missed it.
Have you tried the Zachariah Harris eggnog?
Yeah. Give him CPR.
So where were we?
So this weekend, I just want to point out, if you're listening, if you've not heard, we have changed the location of the camping trip to Lake
Well,
Lizzie.
first of all, we're having a camping trip.
We are having a camping trip. We've not RSVP'd by now. Man, it's going to be hard to squeeze
Hurry
in.
up.
We've only got 80,000 acres, and we got a lot of people going. We will be boating you over. Did you like my post when I said cruise ship-ish
Yes. Ish.
to the island-ish?
Capital ISH.
Yeah. Yeah. So,
We can get you about 15 foot from the
from
land.
island.
That 15 foot, there's a lot of
Don't wear your
variables
favorite
there.
Predatory knee deep.
We're still working on that last 15 feet. Don't worry. I think I got this.
I think the catapult was probably the best option so far.
Actually, it was.
You know, that is funny.
I have a catapult story. So it's going to be at Lake Lizzie instead of Mackeson Island. A beautiful campsite. We'll be posting. Mike and I are going to post a video tonight. I walked the island, and it's a gorgeous area. Great camping spot. Man,
Is it
I'm
perfect
excited.
for us?
Yes, it's perfect for us.
Yeah,
Has
'cause
two
I've never been.
bathrooms. 2 bathrooms. So we do have bathrooms on the island. I have devised the shower.
That's kind of the biggest check mark, isn't it?
yeah. It
I mean,
is.
for
Yeah.
family, guys and girls
Yeah.
alike, you got that covered.
yeah,
Everything
Because
else
the bathroom's
is,
a deal.
yeah,
If you're,
it's a big
you know,
deal.
If all
It
you got's a 5-gallon bucket, and we've got 40 people there,
Been there.
somebody's got to dump the bucket.
I have been there.
Not it.
Oh no, it's a rotation basis.
It's me
It's
again.
on a rotation basis. Everybody spends their time in the box.
So our show last week, I was sick. I am not sick now, thank God.
You
And,
do- you
and
do
neither
so
am
much
I,
better.
and that's a good thing. 'cause
That
I
is a good
was,
thing.
yeah.
Yeah,
You
That's-
kind of just came in and dropped and left, and
we
I'm
dropped-
like, oh
yeah,
boy,
we
what's
did.
going on?
We dropped
Far
so.
so good.
That's our events. Am I missing anything?
Nope. You got any top stories?
I do have top stories, Mike.
There's a bunch of top stories, and I have a feeling my top stories are going to be trumped by your top
You
stories.
want then in that case, let's do yours first. How's that sound?
Mine's going to take like 30 minutes. Is that cool?
Yeah, it's fine. we got
Yeah,
enough of
sure,
time.
yeah.
We got a whole hour, though.
No.
Should we take a pee break?
Let's do top stories.
Good point. Good point.
Are we on top stories? Yeah, we're on top
Let's do
stories.
top
Let's
stories.
do this really quickly then.
Okay.
Snook. If you're
Yes.
snook
Love it.
fishing in the Gulf Coast,
And grouper.
you're done. Snook December 1, you're done.
December 1, it's over.
You're done. That's enough. Moving on. Snook. What else? Gap Grouper is closing.
Who grouper?
Gag.
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 Thank you.
G-A-G. Yeah.
Gag.
Gap grouper.
Ah.
Ashton,
I thought it was
It's right next to Banana Republic.
Yeah, I thought the sale was ending this Friday. That's
Hey,
never
Ashton
mind.
Fisher's
This is no
doing
longer
that
news.
Grouper and that grouper.
This
There's
one
a gap
gags.
there.
This is a whole different news all of a sudden. Never mind. I thought the sale was ending.
Go ahead, brother.
Yeah, Gag Grouper.
Yes.
How many groupers are there?
Oh,
Dude.
many.
7,
Warsaw.
8. Yeah, there's Warsaw, black grouper, red
Red
grouper,
grouper,
strawberry
Goliath
grouper,
grouper.
Goliath grouper. There's a lot of
Yeah.
groupers.
So okay, so
It's like ducks.
You might
If
say
you
that
catch
there's a
one,
group
you better
of
know
them.
your grouper.
There is a group of them. And then, they all have different size requirements.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Size limits, I should say.
Yeah. Scamp. I mean,
Gag Grouper recreational harvest closes in most Gulf Coast waters in early December, specifically December 4th, with the last day of harvest being December 3rd, which is Thursday.
Thursday.
Correct.
So all Gulf
Yeah.
federal waters will close December 3rd, with the last day of harvest, being December 2nd, which is tomorrow.
Yeah. So
So you got one more day to
We better hurry.
get your grouper on.
we got to get our grouper on. Pay attention to that, because I'll tell you what, these, just real quick on that point, these are set for a reason. These limits, the laws are there only to better us. To better the fishing.
They help it. Yes.
Yeah, so to definitely pay attention. If you know someone's just taking these things and they're not willy-nilly, keep your eye on them, report them, get on the hotline and get on them. It's just not good for any of us. So go ahead, Mike. I'm sorry.
That's perfect. On our website, the Rodney Rogers Outdoors web video of the week.
Oh, yes.
Is the FWC posted a video and a list of holiday gift ideas.
Are you on it or am I on it? Right here. Pow.
There you go. Look at you go, Rodney. So if you got outdoor people in your world, you're looking for gift ideas, they've actually given a really good comprehensive list
they did
of ideas. So there's a video, really cool video that we put on our homepage, and a list. For example, just Florida wildlife t-shirts, sweatshirts, hats, excuse me. Strut your favorite. They're giving outdoor gift ideas that also supports conservation, the wildlife effort. People fishing or hunting a license.
Yep.
For the next, that's a phenomenal idea.
That is.
You're looking for something outside of the box.
That is the best investment I ever made. Is a lifetime fishing license.
Isn't that? Yeah. What's that cost? Well, just give me a rough idea.
Age, I would say $350-ish.
Yeah, right now, if you get one thing, is like if you buy the fishing license, like $350 in that range, and that's for a lifetime.
But what a great gift! If you really have a son or a daughter that's into that, you buy them a lifetime fishing license,
and that includes like the lobster stamp, the snook stamp, all that other stuff.
And that's a lifetime.
Well, a lot of the other stuff.
If you're young, that's the way to go.
That's phenomenal.
Yeah,
that's the gift that literally keeps on giving.
Absolutely.
But check out the Rodney Rogers Outdoors homepage. Check out the video, and the video, you can click on the link.
The video of the week was awesome video, Mike. Good job.
Yeah. So, but there's all kinds of anywhere from decals to stickers to bumper stickers to license plates to T-shirts but things that are just outside of the box or outdoors type of thinking.
Yeah.
For the outdoors person.
And you know what? On that note, when you buy those license plates, that money goes to exactly what they say it goes to. If you buy the bass tag, if you buy the manatee tag, the panther tag,
Ducks Unlimited,
it goes exactly. Other than what the state charges for your tag, the remainder goes to that charity. And to that research,
which is very rare.
Which is very rare. So they are absolutely upfront about it. You can even look on the public website and see exactly how much they took in and how much they paid out and what they paid out for. So if you do it, absolutely do it. So,
great gift. Great
gift. Yeah.
So I'm going to wrap up my top stories, Rodney, because I know you got top stories that are breaking news.
Hot tamale.
Hot.
Are you done?
Oh, I'm done.
Oh, you're done? Oh.
How hot is it? Not very.
I love it. Oh, man, this whole thing here.
Rodney.
Oh, dude, I got a knife.
Do it again.
It's stuck in the wood.
I was like, what kind of sound effects? Rodney Rogers with sound effects. This is
the one thing I want to throw out there, and Steve can weigh in on this. Okay, are you ready for this? Obama signs. I know what y'all are thinking. Obama. Sorta. Obama signs a defense bill allowing public sale of surplus 1911 pistols.
Oh,
1911.
I'll take a dozen.
Yes. The 1911. Remember when you did the search? Yeah. We're going to go back to that. This is the most searched handgun out there. This is made by John Browning, designed, invented, and patented. Well, the patent went through after he passed away, but this is where they picked up this. I have the Browning High Power. Looks exactly like that.
What caliber is this?
This is a 45.
Okay.
1911 is a 45. So basically what they have is they have 100,000 surplus 1911 pistols sitting in a warehouse that is costing taxpayers $200,000 a year.
That came
storage.
Just that came from the military. You know, just
sure. Yeah.
extra guns.
They've probably been around
Because-
for 50 years.
Yeah, exactly. Some of these are probably 50 years old. They don't use these anymore.
You know,
on
the used
most
store
part.
at places has discounts, like a monthly discount.
Right.
You should tell the government that. So whatever they're paying,
Yeah.
No, they
They're
should
getting
sell
ripped-
them to me like
they're
they,
getting
they
ripped
sell
off.
the land to developers at 25 cents on the dollar.
Right. These will probably go most likely to gun, you know, the
Brokers.
federal firearms license holders, and then they'll probably sell them for $100. You know,
Yeah,
you
to the broker.
Yeah,
And the broker will turn around something for $700.
700 exactly. So
they're still viable guns.
Oh, they're
yeah,
fantastic
they're
weapons.
I'll take one.
Absolutely, some of the world's best. So
$100.
I just thought that was absolute because they would not allow them to be released. They have the M1911 and the M19A1 pistols. Representative of Alabama said, "Look, you know, this is costing us money. We can benefit by selling these handguns. This money can go to wounded veterans. It can go. I mean, there's just so many places.
How many are they sitting on?
100,000. I mean, if you did the
That's
math,
I can't even
Millions.
yes,
fathom.
yeah, 100,000. So what they're going to do is they're going to release 10,000 of these to kind of test the waters. What do you think is going to happen, Steve?
45 seconds.
Exactly.
50
got-
seconds.
really?
A minute.
Yes.
Tops.
Have they
Sell
got a
out.
date?
No. Well, they got a date.
Where do I get in line?
After the first of the year?
Put out our tents. We could camp.
I'm trying to see if they got a. They don't have a set date, but he just signed the bill. It's going to happen. 10,000 firearms are going to be released immediately. So wow.
To somebody's brother, no doubt.
Yeah, exactly. So once they get these 10,000,
Yeah.
they'll release the other 90,000. So, you know, because in 1986 they replaced it with the Beretta. Most, you know, military
the
now
93F,
carries
yeah.
the, you know, the
Beretta
M9
93F.
Beretta. So, and that's I think it was 1986. So now these guns are just sitting there. I know I want one.
I'll take as many as they'll sell me.
Exactly. You know,
I want one. My wife wants one.
it'll be so you got 4 here.
Yeah.
You know,
And you know, if you put a pencil in an empty one of those pistols, not that I'm recommending it,
yeah,
it will shoot about 30 feet.
really.
That's what my wife wants it for, to shoot pencils.
She's a pencil shooter.
She's a pencil shooter.
That
I've
is a
always had her
great-
pegged as a
great-
pencil shooter.
In close, knockdown.
Yeah,
Really?
yeah, 45. Yeah, absolutely. It's 45. I was my
And no problem.
yeah. So
Beretta.
I just thought, you know, everybody's busting Obama.
And those are American
Obama
made.
this, Obama that, and I'm not. We're
Don't
not
do the
political
crime
here.
if you can't do the time.
Hey,
Beretta.
hey, wait, whoa. That's all I got.
What about
Real, turkey?
I thought I had a
Fred?
pause.
Fred was a cockatiel.
You're just randomly throwing.
You
There's
just killed
the
the
45
cockatiel.
right there.
That is a 45.
That's the
Yeah.
45. So,
45, 46, whatever.
so I just thought this was a little bit, you know, for all the people out there that are going, our gun rights are being taken away one by one. Well, guess what? He just signed a bill allowing this. So
100.
that pretty
100,000?
much tells you he's not after your gun.
Rodney, let's talk snakes,
Okay,
dude. We
man,
got to move this.
let's do it.
Move this.
So we have stumbled on a bit of information. So what we did here at Rodney Rogers Outdoors,
I wish I had some cutting news edit. You know, did it. Okay.
We don't have the
No,
one
no. It's
thing.
not-
Here, I got something close. Ready?
That's exactly
dove?
what I was thinking.
Okay.
If we only had a dove sound right
Okay.
here.
Pigeon?
Pigeon. So I'm searching. I always look and I always get tagged in, and everybody always questions, Rodney, this was found here or there. Is it true? So I found airboat rides at Midway, which is right outside of Christmas, Florida.
Yes. Yes. I know it
They
well.
posted this post, and what it is look what FWC found next to Midway, which is right at the boulevard, right off of 50.
Yeah, orange.
That's a road.
Yeah.
Midway is the road. That's what
Yeah.
confused me.
Yes.
Okay.
And they call it Midway because it's midway between Brevard and midway
It is-
between Orange
yeah.
County.
Okay.
So a 9-foot 4-inch green anaconda. So of course, I'm like, oh, this gets my attention. You know,
Oh,
we're
sure.
all about invasive species.
That close?
We do
Yeah,
the
absolutely.
python hunt every year. So I'm like, okay, I'm tired of these bogus posts. I need to get to the bottom of this. So, of course, our friend Tony Young, who's in Tallahassee, who's a friend of ours from the FWC, I immediately Facebook him and I said, dude, this is what I found. Is there any legitimacy to this?
Confirm it tonight, right?
Yeah. He sends me a message back. Hold on, Rodney, I'll find out. So he does, and he goes, yes, they found a snake. Details. So I called the invasive species hotline, which is on myfwc.com. If you see something you do not recognize, and is not a Florida species, call the invasive species hotline, and they get on it pretty quick. Well, this happened so quick that not even the invasive species hotline knew about this. So they sent me to another number, which was Greg, a gentleman named Greg.
This post happened when?
Yesterday.
Yesterday, November 30th.
November 30th at 7 o'clock at night, or 6:58 p.m.
Okay.
And then I saw it this morning, and I'm like, okay, we got to find out. So here's what we found out. Where's my
I don't know.
Don't know what you're looking for, Rodney.
What we found out is that, in fact, yes, this was caught in the St. John's. Some fishermen were out there, and they saw a giant snake. So they called the FWC.
Living?
And they go, hey, there's a big snake out here. So the FWC went out and ascertained it's definitely a green anaconda. 9 foot, 4 inches long.
Good size snake.
Yeah.
So you're talking what is this, 30 miles east of here?
Yes, 30 miles east of here.
A 9-foot green anaconda.
9 foot green anaconda, which is a pretty big deal. Now, I know what everybody in their post, they go, it's somebody's pet. They let it, you just killed somebody's pet. 3rd, 2010, they found the first anaconda in South Florida. And at that point, they said, all right, enough of this. We cannot have these snakes roaming around Florida at will. If you own one of these snakes, you have to have a permit for it. And you have to have what's called a pit tag, which is basically a chip that you put inside your dogs and cats.
Sure. Yeah, so they can track them.
So they can track it. So if they find this snake, they can scan it and go, okay, it's Mike Coy's.
Yes.
Mike Coy, we found your snake. Dude, keep this thing locked up.
Yeah.
Now.
Oh, here's a fine.
Exactly. And here's a fine.
Exactly.
So you cannot have this snake in the state of Florida. There's only 3 ways you can have it. One is if you have a serpentarium, kind of like,
right,
for public view.
You're a zoo.
Oh, yeah, you do it for studies, or you're doing it for studies, something like that. So they went through this snake. There are no chips. So as of now, they're not saying,
it's a wild snake.
It's pretty much a wild snake. So we have a wild, by my speculations, it's not, the FWC is not flat out saying it, but they are saying that it does not fall in the parameters of
that could migrate from
anywhere,
South Florida through the intercoastals easily.
Exactly, because anacondas are primarily water snakes.
Yes, absolutely.
Primarily water snakes. Now, they are sending me a list of snakes found even in Osceola County, not far from where we're camping. So there was another anaconda found there.
Nice.
Come on out. It's still 20 miles away. You're safe. Camp with us. Anacondas aren't that bad. They're not poisonous. How about that?
And they will not eat you.
And it's cold. It's December.
They just hug you really tight. They just give you a big old hug.
They love putting a squeeze on you.
Did you say it was cold? Wasn't it 84 today?
Yeah, exactly.
We have a wind chill factor
of 79
come Saturday. Snakes hate wind chill factors. I'm going to give that to you right. They hate wind chill factor. So there's only 2 people that have broke this news, Mike. Us and Fox 35. That's the only.
Wait, what? Say what?
Us and Fox 35.
Rodney Rogers Outdoors and Fox 35.
And how are we going to celebrate? What? Best I got.
I'm
Oh,
not even
was
sure.
that drag going out?
I'm not sure what he just did
I think
there.
that was drag
That
going
was
out.
drag going out.
Oh, fish on.
Yeah.
Enjoy it, Rodney.
Or we can do the
Might be
Uzi.
your last night with sound effects.
Okay.
Just
Just
run your
pass-
finger across them all and just
Just get it
light
out
them
of
all
my
off.
system.
Right swipe. Right swipe.
So I just thought, I mean, we totally got the breaking news on this. There's a
In all seriousness, this is a big deal.
this is
Because
a big
now,
deal.
up until now, the last couple of years, we've had anaconda hunt in South Florida because
He's been on the hunt. Well, you both
Yeah.
have been on the
Yeah.
hunt. Yes.
releasing these things, they've gotten out of control. So they actually have a sanctioned hunt for the pythons.
Yeah.
And now, as of yesterday, we find out that literally in Christmas, Florida, which is right up
Central Florida, right in the heart
Straight
of
east
Central
to here.
Florida.
Yeah, straight east.
there's a 9-foot green anaconda.
Now here's the deal.
But he's dead.
Now
He did.
he might have some brothers,
He
some
did.
sisters.
So
some-
here's the deal. They have been secretly worried about anacondas the whole time.
yeah,
In a
right.
sense of these things are particularly more invasive than the Burmese python because they are strictly a water snake. We don't know how many of these exist because the Burmese is in and out of the water. So the first year of the hunt, when you and I went down, the most snakes were found on the roads, warming up on the
Sure.
roads. That's where the
Right,
bulk of
right.
the snakes were found, and that's where we're going to hunt them
Right.
this year. We're not even going to take a boat. We're going to be on the roads most of the time. So these anacondas don't work like that. They are strictly in
Yes,
the water.
whole different story.
Yes.
Yeah, this
Yes,
is
that's
a,
been
and
the
they're
majority of the
harder
time in
to
the water.
find. And they're
Especially in that warm water.
yeah, exactly. So
So, for all practical purposes, this could either be number one, a pet that was an illegal pet,
illegal pet. Yep,
because it
that's-
didn't have the chip.
There's always
Absolutely.
a
Somebody
possibility.
released, and it could be an isolated incident.
Yep.
However, you say there's another one.
just south of it,
Found just-
literally just 10 12 miles
Yeah.
south of where that one was found 5 years ago in Osceola County.
So
on
that
East
was
Lake
that was
Coast.
Yeah.
5 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, but a 5-year migration.
Could be.
Yeah, easy.
Yeah,
Easy.
Yeah. Exactly.
right,
Yeah.
right. The first anaconda was found in 2010 in the Everglades, and the guy caught it live. They put it in a serpentarium, and the snake died because anacondas don't live well straight out of the wild. They're not. What I say,
Well, there
When I
goes
say-
my Christmas
Yeah,
gift
please,
to you.
Yeah.
Please don't pet the anacondas.
a lot of people go, well, that's somebody's pet. Let me get something straight right now. A snake is not a damn pet. It's not a pet.
It's an ornament.
It is. It's
It's something to
you
watch.
cannot domesticate a snake.
Yeah, a lot of people disagree with you. There.
I know, and
I
they're
know.
going to. You know what? You can
There's a lot of
domesticate a
people.
cat.
But a lot of people have
Whistle
qualified pet though. I mean, a lot of people
You
have
whistle-
them
I
in
whistle
their
for
home.
my dog Drake right now. He'll come, and he's 20 miles away. You know what I mean?
I whistle
Yes.
for Sammy the snake, and he just comes right on.
Okay,
Over.
in that case,
Oh, that's because you have
No.
food.
But a lot of people have them in their homes
no, I agree.
as
Yes,
it's not domesticated. It's,
It's like a
captive.
fish
It's
tank.
captive.
It's
yeah,
a fish
Yeah.
tank.
yeah. It's
I mean,
no
you
more
had the
pet
guy
than
in
a
my
fish.
10 feet long, and he was in a cage all his life. And what's he do? He kills the baby. They were actually charged for it.
Their brain says
Right, I keep telling
eat,
people.
sleep, reproduce.
Yes.
Well, it's a captured animal, but there's not any kind of intellectual relationship between the owner and the animal. Like you say, any more than there's a fish going,
Yeah.
hey, somebody just dropped something on the top of the water.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Let's
go,
eat it.
Go eat it.
Here's
Yeah.
how I domesticate pets: loyalty. A
How do you
dog
define it?
has a little bit of loyalty.
No,
A cat,
extremely loyal.
They shoot all the cats then because
Right.
they got no
they
love.
got a little bit. There's a little bit of loyalty because they know where they can get the food.
Oh yeah, that's the man who feeds me.
right. The cat's kind of like
It's
a snake.
time.
You put the mouth down, they'll come and eat.
Still up for discussion though on the cat.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and they're fur.
I have 3.
Snakes are pigs. You can domesticate a pig.
Sure.
They have a little
They're
bit
very
of loyalty.
intelligent.
Yeah.
They're very intelligent animals. Horses, stuff
Oh,
like that.
absolutely. Yeah,
I
sure.
mean, these are basically
They-
what I
they can-
consider like a herd animal. So
If they
to
can
speak.
recognize you, that's a pet.
You're the man. Yeah.
That's a good point. Yeah, exactly.
But we don't have that situation in snakes and alligators, and people put these turtles in tanks and hey, I had them, got it. I had a turtle. It was not loyal to me at all.
They're delicious.
I ate him.
When I was 8 years old, I had a turtle.
Yep.
Ready for a story?
I'm ready.
That big?
It was
That's
the tank was this big. The turtle was that big.
Right. What'd you name the turtle?
I don't even remember. Probably Toby.
That's
I
a
think.
weird name. For
Toby,
a turtle.
actually, I remember.
That works.
But you change the water. You change the water in a fish tank. And I was young, but I didn't realize I had the water in his tank. And I went to put Toby back in the water. And as he got close to the water, he recognized, and he turned around and bit me.
Yeah.
Bad move on his part because he was being held over the water.
Right. The same water. He was trying to.
That was pretty much the end of Toby.
Right.
Well, nobody said he was smart.
No.
Did you put hot sauce on him and suck him out of the shell, Mike? I'm just.
Oh, I do love me some mud bugs, man.
That was the Toby the turtle story, but yes.
Wow.
What were we talking about?
We were talking about snakes and pets, and you can't have these things as pets. So so
there's turtles in the neck of the woods. So you've heard that from Fox Sports and
Fox News.
Fox News and
I'm not even sure if Fox 35 even has it on tonight, but we got the snake details.
So you have the scoop.
We got the scoop, Mike.
For once,
we're ahead of the scoop.
And CBS and NBC and anybody doesn't have this story.
Ahead of it, Mike.
We're ahead of that, but behind everything else, we've got news,
or
we've got
letters,
bingo. We've got sponsors to.
We got all kind of stuff.
Fair time. So let's take a break. You want to take a break?
Yes, break it is.
Let our sponsors have a word.
I want the person to call back that had us before. Dying to know who it was.
Oh, by the way, Mr. Anderson wants to know, please tell me where to buy one of those guns. I'll take 2.
Oh, yes.
Oh, please.
16,000 foreclosures in the state of Florida alone as of January 2014. A quality contractor is critical to the process of returning a foreclosed house back into a home. Let me introduce you to Phillips Contracting Incorporated. They are Florida State certified and an approved REO repair vendor for both Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac. PCI currently provides multi-level services, banks, asset managers, and private homeowners. Although they specialize in dealing with REO property repairs, they are a design-build company.
Here at PCI, we pride ourselves on professional, high-quality work. Our clients know that we're not your typical contractor. We're proud to be reliable, trustworthy partners with you. Our repair coordinators are ready to communicate with you honestly and quickly about every aspect of your project. We're here to say yes to our clients.
Phillips Contracting services Florida from Orlando to Miami. Whether you're looking for a quote, repair updates, or just want to talk business, give them a call at 941-483-3800.
Gnarly barley, come see why the whole world's singing. Gnarly song for gnarly barley.
I see that, but first of all, I didn't realize you could sing. Second of all, why don't you just tell the people how great the gnarly barley is, give them the address, and move on with the show?
Dude, have you ever had their flatbread? Their jalapeno flatbread with the cream cheese on top and the chicken and the special sauce on it. Holy moly. No, wait a minute. Obviously, by the look on your face, you ain't never had that big time Fiesta. Jalapenos, provolone cheese, tomatoes, red onions, and again, Fiesta lime.
Okay,
right?
that's it. Shut up, Chubb. We're out of here.
Are you serious?
Come on, we're out of here.
Truly one of Orlando's hidden gems, the Gnarly Barley offers a contemporary selection of bites and brews, serving a mind-blowing selection of craft beers and original mouth-watering menu creations. The Gnarly Barley and its incredibly accommodating staff have created a place that really is difficult to put into words. Felt a huge favor, and come see why people are singing the praises of the Gnarly Barley.
Oh my goodness.
I told you that big time Fiesta.
That is phenomenal. I totally get why you're trying to write a song for that.
Not as simple as you thought, huh?
No. Okay, check this out. Gnarly barley.
Come see why the whole town's singing
gnarly barley. Located at 7431 South Orange Avenue in Orlando, Florida.
Welcome back. If you've been listening to us, we talked a little bit about the Anaconda and a little bit about everything else. Now, here's the key.
We
love being
I am.
outdoors.
Steve is.
I do love the outdoors.
Yes, we are very familiar between the three of us. We have the guy who asks all the right questions.
Mostly me.
And mostly Mike. And we love answering questions about Florida. So it's a matter of we've been there and done that most likely. And
I've done a lot.
Yeah, we
I
try
can't
to
say I've
find
done
stories
everything,
of
but I've done a
Florida.
lot.
Mike, a couple things. You've got some viewer mail, and I definitely want to read some viewer mail that we got this week.
You got some viewer mail?
Are you going to read that? The post from or the young man?
Let's start with that.
Let's do that.
Start with this is this. In all sincerity, this was probably the highlight of my week.
I agree.
Oh, that's pretty.
And
big.
I don't mean to undermine or overblow that out, but this was actually a neat story.
Yes, it was. We get messages all the time, and I get tons of thank yous, and I can't thank everybody enough. And I try to thank everybody on a personal basis. So, and he answered us back, and I just saw it. So here's the deal. We got a message from, his name is Sean. Should I just read the whole name? Sean
S.
Call him Sean.
Let's just call him Sean. And here's the message. I want to read it direct. Is that okay?
Yeah, please.
He says, "Hey, Mr. Rogers, my name is Sean, and I was born and raised in Central Florida. I'm currently enlisted in the Navy and stationed in Norfolk, Virginia.
Bless you.
My wife and son are back at home getting set up for when I get out next year. It will be a smooth transition for us. Just wanted you to know I stock up on Rodney's podcast and listen to them on the whole 12-hour drive down every few months. They remind me of home and exactly why I want to move back and work with the FWC to protect what we all love about the state of Florida." And I'll tell you, that put cold chills on me.
Yeah.
It really did.
Me like you.
Yeah.
It really did. Yeah. And of course, I responded with, man, reading this was just absolutely amazing. This is why we do what we do. We started this just doing what we live. And I said that on purpose.
Yep.
Not what we love, doing what we live. I live this. I've done it. I've been there. I've been that barefooted kid in the 70s, you know, and enjoyed it. So we love what he had to say, and I thanked him for his service. Absolutely. I can't thank you enough, Sean. So here's what he replies, and I'm reading this for the first time. "You and Mr. Coy put up a good show every week. It's very informative.
Read that again, Mr. McCoy.
He put Mr. McCoy. Mr. Coy put up a good show every week. It's very informative. One episode, I spread some knowledge to my friend from Inglewood, Tennessee.
That's cool.
When you said barbed hooks are illegal there, he said he's never seen them before, moving here and wondered why." Oh, okay. Barbed hooks.
Yeah, we talked about that.
Yeah, we did.
Remember that?
Yeah, in some places of Tennessee, barbed hooks are illegal. Like when you fish in it's a protected area over near the Gatlinburg area, Cades Cove. There's a river there you trout fish with, and you cannot have barbs on your hook. If you even have it, then you get busted.
You
with
can
a
lose the whole gig.
You can lose the whole gig. So,
anyways, back to Sean.
Oh, I'm sorry. So that was what he read. So thank you, Sean, and thank you for your service.
It means a lot to me because the fact of the matter is that is why we do it. I mean, we started off, like you say, doing what we live is very appropriate. And to have people relate to us in any fashion, especially stock up on the podcast as they're doing travels, that's why we want to do the best show that we possibly can. Absolutely. And that's why the people that listen to this, we want them to be involved in this to help us make the best podcast show.
The most information we can put out.
What you guys want to hear is what we want to put out because we're all in this together.
And that was what he was asking. He has a friend in the barb hook deal. So that's why I was explaining the barb hook. That he was basically asking the question. He said he's never seen them before, moving here and wondered why. So anyway.
Then I didn't mean to shut you down on the barbed hook discussion, Rodney.
Well, I just wanted to, I wanted to answer
that will save the life of many a trout.
It will. It actually will. So, okay, Mike, we got viewer mail.
So what are you saying? You want to do some
favorite time?
Viewer mail?
You've got mail.
Letters. We get letters. We get
Stop. Whoa, yes. Wait a minute, Mr. Postman.
Send me an email with all the details.
Another freaking email.
Another freaking email song.
Mail time.
Mail time.
The mail's here.
That last one was Blues Clues, just in case you didn't know that.
Blues Clues.
Blues.
See?
All right, Fripp 412. Since we incorporated this whole Twitter feed and the questions, we get some interesting, not normal. So Fripp 412 wants to know, how can you tell a smallmouth bass from a tiger bass? Is there a way to tell if the smallmouth bass is female or male?
Wow. Yeah. Tiger bass?
Tiger bass. Yeah, I don't know.
So, Mike, I'm gonna. Oh well. Oh, okay.
Sorry.
Well,
say that again, Steve. I had your mic off.
Yeah.
I appreciate your candor, Rodney.
There is a tiger fish, but it's only in Africa. It's like a striped bass.
Oh, this is.
But it's huge.
Yeah, and it's got big gnarly teeth. So
gnarly, gnarly.
There is a way.
Smallmouth bass from tiger bass.
Visually, when you catch a bass, it's hard to tell if it's a male or female. If you know if it's over the male largemouth bass, normally will not get over 5 pounds. 5 pounds.
I don't know.
Yeah, the male largemouth bass does not get over 5 pounds. So if it's a 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 plus, it's a female bass. So
why is that? Is there a reason for that?
yeah, it's males don't need to get that big. They don't lay eggs, Mike. They just
they don't.
Okay.
I mean,
no,
short of.
But that's what I'm asking. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's exactly right. Yeah,
Okay.
they don't have. It's kind of like the female ducks are the ones camouflaged. The male ducks are the one all pretty.
Okay.
The males clean the beds out. They keep them clean. The females come in, lay the eggs. She leaves, and the male watches the bed. So she's pretty much the egg bearer, and she's the one that gets the biggest for that reason.
Okay.
Now it works the same way in smallmouth bass. Now I don't know what the margin is there between male smallmouth and female smallmouth, because I'm not really abreast of the smallmouth bass because we don't have them here, unfortunately.
Go
I
offshore.
want to catch one, and well, kind of why I went to Missouri this past week.
Yeah.
And we didn't even get into that story, but it's why I went, and I was hoping for smallmouth, and I still didn't get my smallmouth. So, yeah, did that?
I'll vouch for that.
How did I do, Mike?
Daniel at St. Cloud wants to know. Here we go. You ready?
Yep.
Sit back. Have a sippy. I am going to purchase a new bait casting rod for fishing small/medium size crankbaits.
Mm-hmm.
Baits mostly in the 3/8 ounce size, in the occasional 1/2 ounce. What do you think is the best action for, say, a 7-foot bait caster in this application? I'm considering a rod with a little more give, with a medium to fast action and a medium to heavy rod. My gosh, my mind is going. with a medium heavy rod. Any thoughts?
Okay. He had it all the way up to the medium heavy.
Did you actually understand what this dude is saying?
Yes,
I did.
Yes.
The medium heavy is not the rod you're looking for. You want to stay in that medium fast where you started in the beginning.
Okay.
It's considered fast is considered light.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
It bends very easy.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So you want to stay in that medium fast if you're going to throw crankbaits and spinner baits. The heavies. And when you say medium heavy or heavy, now you're talking about soft plastics, flipping and pitching, those kind of
a
things.
thicker backbone. where
Yeah.
it doesn't.
For a stronger hook set.
Yeah.
That's exactly right. So stay in that 7-foot range. Remember, keep a light braided line on there around that 10-pound thickness range, which is about a 30-pound test, but it's at 10-pound thickness because you cast far. You need that light line to make that crankbait go real deep.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely.
And
does.
then your spinner baits, your 3/8 ounce range, that light line will also allow you to let that spinner bait drop and reel it in.
I love the ugly stick.
Yeah, the ugly stick is a great rod.
That's
very
a great rod for
affordable,
that.
and
Yes.
man, you can't break those things.
No, you can't.
You
You can bend it around.
Yeah.
If I go into Bass Pro Shop and ask for an ugly stick, then I know what I'm
They
talking
got
about.
Absolutely.
They'll send you
They'll say what kind you want.
yeah.
Really?
They got them from pan fishing to offshore rods.
Right.
Wow.
The ugly stick is all the way around. So,
Okay.
It's a
great
great
question.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Moving on. Stankin 78. I'm not making this up.
Well, at least he's not stinking anymore.
Stankin.
That's past tense. I
He
was
stank-
thinking.
I stank yesterday.
Stankin 78. It's June here in Indiana.
The hell it is.
Pitching a baby. Now, bear with me, Rodney.
Okay.
I'm trying to make it through this one.
You got it.
I'm just reading like I see it.
That's why I love it.
Pitching a baby BR hog, BR period hog,
Yes.
set hook, loose fish after short fight, look at lure, no penetration going on with other buds. Are they clamping on sinker?
Ah.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So here's
You say like you actually understand what
What he's
I mean,
saying.
I'm actually a Hoosier myself, but I'm sorry, my friend. That's
here's what's happening. There's a couple reasons
That's
they
rough
clamp
one.
onto your sinker. One is color,
Yes.
and two
you
is
actually comprehended even an ounce of what
Yes.
Stankin 78 is trying to tell us.
Yes.
I got you,
sure.
Stankin. I got
Yeah.
you, buddy. So a lot of times, and this happens a lot. I use what's called Florida rigs, and they have weights inside the sinkers. I'm not going to get into all that whole Florida rig deal, but there's a rattle inside the sinker, and there's color. So if you have, let's say you have a red weight ahead of your bait, a lot of times the bass will strike at that first, and if you don't give them time to get the bait in their mouth, because remember, sometimes they just inhale right away. So what it sounds like is they're grabbing he's trying to set the hook. They're not wanting to let go because they think this thing's trying to get away. He's able to reel them in a little bit, and then they go to get that second grab, and he pulls it right out of their face. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yeah.
Is he running like a Carolina rig?
Yeah, so that's the question. So one is, are you running a Carolina rig, or are you running a slip rig, a Florida rig, basically, where the weight slides up and down? And if you pull your weight up, if you see teeth marks in your weight alone, anchor your weight right against your bait, and then give them that extra few seconds. So basically, when you feel that first bite, count to 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then set your hook. And I guarantee
if you're using the right line, you'll be able to feel that.
Absolutely.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. And then that little extra whammo. Yeah. That's happened a lot. It's happened to me millions of times.
What do you think?
Bravo. I apologize to Stankin 78. I'm not familiar with the lingo just yet.
But you got it.
But
you hit it right on the head.
Somebody,
Good job, Mike
somebody in
Coy.
the room got it going on. So
he's my brother, man.
All right. Chris at St. Clair, Michigan, I do believe. Our bass. Oh boy.
Here it is.
Hold that thought. We have incoming. Incoming
We have
always takes
incoming.
priority.
And then we're back. Thank you for calling Rodney Rogers Outdoors. This is Rodney Rogers.
Hello.
Hey, how are you?
Oh, I was the caller earlier.
Oh, right on. This is our man, Mike. We got him. Who
him.
are we talking to?
You set the hook.
We're setting the hook.
My name is Brantley.
Brantley, how are you,
And-
buddy?
About fishing.
Oh, dude, you know what? I think you've reached the right hotline. What can we do for you, Brantley?
So I catch bass around, and I was wondering, how do I know which lakes in Florida are safe to eat fish from?
Ah, great question.
It's a really good
Now, here's the
question.
thing, Brantley, and we're going to answer this. There's a couple versions of this what I'm telling you about. All fish in the world have what's called mercury in it. So if you're a guy who eats nothing but fish, I would say pick something else. Chicken. Go for chicken. All fish, be it ocean, freshwater, it doesn't matter. They have certain levels of mercury. The older the fish, the larger, meaning the larger the fish, the more mercury the fish is going to have in it. Exactly. It's worse for you. So if the fish is living, it's safe to eat. Does that make sense?
Yes, that does.
Yeah. So,
but wait a minute. Let me
Okay.
jump in here.
Jump in.
So, for example,
Mm-hmm.
last weekend I was at my mom and dad's house,
Yep.
and they have a pond out back.
Yes.
Now it's a retention pond,
Yes, it is a retention pond.
and I actually went and threw the rod out there,
Yep.
but the conversation arose, just like Brantley's bringing
Yes.
up. If we catch something, can we eat it?
Sure. Why not? Why wouldn't you?
Seriously?
Absolutely.
Well, because it's a freaking retention pond.
It doesn't matter. The fish is living. That water's healthy.
Look at it this way, Mike. If you
But the fish had 6 eyes.
But well, that's
I don't know
different.
if I'd eat
Dude,
6 eyes.
that's too close to the power plant.
Might be too close to the nuclear power plant.
If you ate junk food all the time, does that make your body, your flesh, any different?
Yeah.
You take what you need from the nutrients that you are ingesting, and then you convert it to what you need.
So
it doesn't matter where you get the nutrients. It matters that you use them.
Brantley, I'll give you this little secret tip. And here's how I've eaten fish from ponds that most people would go, really, dude? Here's the key. Keep your fish of legal limit. In most ponds, if you're fishing just a general pond in the state of Florida, your fish legal limit is 12 inches. If you're going to eat a fish, eat it from 12 to 14 inches and no longer. If you're worried about the pond, pesticides, whatnots, and what have you, if the fish cannot, if these pesticides are at a high level, the fish, you know what I mean? Now, all lakes, all ponds, it doesn't matter where in the state of Florida or in the United States for that matter, all fish have a level of mercury. It's natural to the earth. Mercury is natural. It's just here.
See, now I relate the mercury conversation with more salt water.
Yeah, the salmon. And
exactly.
It's
every cold water fish.
Yeah, it's natural.
Really?
Yeah, it's absolutely natural on the planet. So there's no way around it. It's how much fish you eat. I know, the Asian culture eat a lot of fish, so they have a higher mercury intake than we do. The older the fish, the more mercury. So if you're going to eat a fish, Brantley, keep it between 12 and 14 inches.
The lower end of the
lower end of the mercury level.
And the quantity, how many times, if you're eating fish 2 to 3 times a week, you're fine. If you're
fine.
Eating between the 12 and 14 inch range.
Exactly. Absolutely. So, so that keeps it, absolutely, Brantley. I would have no problem. And if you have any doubts, fillet it and bring it to me. I will eat it for you and let you know
I will prepare
how
good it was.
Good that fish was. So you do a lot of fishing, Brantley?
Yes.
Oh, good, man. What's your favorite lure? I'm going to throw that at you right now.
You have one.
Do you have a favorite lure? Yeah. Is it rubber worms? Is it live bait? Or do you?
I usually use live bait, like minnows.
Oh, dude, yeah, that's
shiners and minnows.
Yeah, that's what we call the sure thing.
Yeah, you can't use those in New York. You can't use them in New York.
Brantley, thank you so much.
Yeah,
you got any more questions?
No, that's all. Thank you.
Brantley, I appreciate it, buddy. Thank you for the call.
Okay.
And
bye.
remember, always eat those fish.
They're delicious.
Thank you, buddy.
Really good question.
Yeah, that's absolutely valid.
Because especially with, I think our audience, what we target ourselves, me being the audience.
You'd be surprised.
That's a common question. Yeah, I can throw it out, but if I reel something in, can I catch it?
Yeah.
Or can I eat it? Can I?
Absolutely. A lot of times,
I never thought about that way.
A lot of times, ponds are basically, how should I say? There's way to tell that some ponds are healthier than others. So if you pull up to a pond, like there's a pond over here that I get mussels out of. The pond is over 20 years old and the mussels are huge. And I get my limit of mussels. Now it's a retention pond. So these mussels filter out all the bad stuff in the pond. That's their job.
That's their job, yeah.
But when you cook them, oh my God.
What do they do with it when they filter it out?
They process it and they put it out their system. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So when you cook these mussels, it's just absolutely delicious. And they are the absolute biggest mussels. And I catch the nicest bass out of this pond. Now,
they feed on the mussels.
Yeah. If the pond has frogs, Brantley, if you're listening, if you see that a pond has frogs, doesn't matter what type of frog it is, that is extremely healthy pond.
Really?
Yeah. It has no pesticides whatsoever.
Because the frog is a great indicator.
The frog is the absolute best indicator of a healthy pond, the healthiest of ponds. If they do not have frogs, then they're a little bit higher than your normal chemicals than other ponds because they breathe through their skin.
You're looking for that good, healthy ecosystem.
That's it.
Surrounding
that's the
a
key.
lake.
Yeah.
Now, a lot of people see a green pond and they go, "Man, this pond is nasty."
Oh no,
The green pond is the healthiest of ponds. If you see that clear
a brown
water,
pond is a
in
bad
most
pond.
cases, exactly. In most cases, those clear ponds are less healthier because remember that green in there is plankton. It's algae, and the
It's
food
living
chain
creatures.
just goes down from there. The greener the pond, the better the ecosystem that you have in that pond. It's the food chain, man. It starts at a microscopic level and goes to the largest. Up to us. So that is a great question.
It's
Brandon.
a great, and I'm glad I asked because I've asked myself that question many times, but I've answered myself by going, I don't know.
Well, you can.
Let me call Rodney.
Yeah.
Let's take one more. Roz from
Let's do it.
Tipton, Georgia. Rodney says, I live in Florida.
She's visiting. Tipton, Georgia. Yeah, she's visiting.
Tipton.
I'm just reading it. Tipton, Georgia. I live in Florida. Okay. You might want to figure that out.
Yeah.
I am wondering
Why?
if live lizards, not salamanders, I'm not sure why
Okay. Yep.
Those are water lizards.
Yeah.
are good bass bait.
Ooh.
The lizards are called brown anoles.
Anoles. Yes.
And I caught a bunch of them around my house, and I was going to try hooking them from behind the front leg. Does anyone think this will work?
No.
I don't either. Yeah.
No.
I have thrown those. This is no lie. Sadistically, I've thrown those brown anoles, which are not native to the state of Florida, by the
I
way.
hate those.
True.
They eat our native
The green
lizard,
ones.
which is the green anole.
The brown ones
Yeah.
eat the green ones. They're
Yes.
Cuban. Nothing.
That's
matters.
exactly right.
They're more aggressive.
They are more aggressive, and they
And
have.
they're
They're going to make
species.
our green anoles
Disappear.
extinct in the next few years. But anyway, let's get off that. I have thrown those things in the water and watched them swim around and never seen a bass hit them. I haven't.
Because you would think the activity
Yeah,
would generate
man.
some interest.
Exactly. I've just
But
never
when they
seen 'em
look
hit 'em.
at it, they say, "What is that?
But yeah.
I don't recognize that.
Now,
I'm not going to
That's
eat
yeah.
that."
bizarre.
and the salamander is definitely a bass enemy
Oh,
because remember, the salamanders live in the water and they eat the eggs of the bass. So,
Yes.
it's top water, bottom. It's weird.
And a bass will recognize that feature as either a threat or something delicious.
Yeah, it's amazing. I don't know how
Can
it
you
works.
tell the difference? You know?
Interesting question.
If you
Yeah.
can see the difference, so can the bass.
That's exactly right. So yeah,
Interesting,
he
yeah.
hit it on the head. And the salamanders, the bass eat them up. The lizards, I've done it. I've not just done it once. I've done it every time I found a lizard near a pond. I go, hey, let's see. It's not. I didn't do it in a statistic way. I wanted to see if the bass hits it, I'm going to use it for bait.
Will a bass eat a frog
A bass will tear a frog out of the frame.
and a mouse?
It'll eat a mouse.
See?
Yeah.
Those are naturally occurring
Yeah, I've
in the
just
water.
never seen-
Mice are in the water all the time.
I've never seen him hit a lizard. But as a matter of fact, we were duck hunting last week when we were on the water, and I told my nephew Todd, I go, dude, there's a rat right there. We're in the middle of the lake, and there's a rat in the cattails. 500 yards from shoreline.
He's in dangerous ground right there, right?
Like, just,
Oh, yeah. Good luck getting back to shore.
Yeah. He must be running across lily pads, and that's where these bass eat these rats.
Wow.
So it happens. I've seen it.
Yes,
But
absolutely.
I've never seen him hit a lizard. So I would say no, lizard's not good bait.
I concur. Yes. Not that-
So yeah, I got back up. So it makes sense.
but this is not Steve Schulteis Outdoors.
There you go, Roz from Tipton, Georgia, that lives in
Yeah.
Florida. You might want to figure that out. before-
Yeah, that's
Why?
probably originated in Tipton.
I don't know what you're hiding from, Roz.
Just don't say my last name.
Yeah, witness
Yeah.
protection program.
You did. Well, anyways, we got episode 95. I'm
We
pretty
canned
sure
it.
we're almost done with 1 hour episodes
Yeah.
because we didn't even have a top current events and emails.
Yeah.
Can I just interrupt one thing?
Absolutely.
Okay, FWC
Yes.
is taxing you to be
A media outlet.
yes. Please explain
Yes.
that to me if you got a second.
Yeah, absolutely. Basically, what we're doing now is because we are Rodney Rogers Outdoors and we ask the correct questions, we are now on the list of media.
So if FWC needs someone to respond somewhere, may they ask you?
Well, that's different. Yeah, that's not that media wise.
You're on the call list.
We're just
or
basically
the notification centers.
Yeah, we're on kind of the.
So you get the inside scoop.
We get the inside scoop kind of thing. Absolutely. Yeah, not
I like
necessarily called out to a situation, which that's our goal.
Yes, I think you'd have done well with that anaconda.
We
now it was living when they caught it, right?
No, they shot that.
It was living when they got there.
Right.
Yeah,
exactly.
it was living when they got there.
They did not troll upon a dead snake.
No, they saw it, they shot it, euthanized it as they called it.
Fair enough.
Yeah,
sure.
And they saved
things-
Christmas. The
they
FWC saved Christmas.
Are we out of show, Mike? How we doing?
We're out of show. You know what, Rodney? It's
Mike,
that time of the year. That time of the year.
That's it's over. It's already an hour.
I know.
You guys got to do like a 2-hour show.
You
have to.
It's getting there.
Because I have so many questions.
Wow.
Rodney, have you got your sound effects ready?
I do. I'm ready.
Please give me something.
So
give me some more.
I got one more story for you.
Yes.
Oh, God bless
And
you.
this is your
Okay.
do that. Okay,
Okay.
ready?
He's got it.
I got it.
This is unrehearsed, so don't let me down.
Was that it? Was that it?
No, that wasn't it.
Okay.
That wasn't it. Here we go.
Okay.
You ready?
Yep.
Watch my cue.
A little bonus.
Couple of rednecks out in the woods hunting. When one of them suddenly grabs his heart and falls to the ground.
That's my brother.
Might have been. He didn't seem to be breathing. His eyes all rolled back in his head. The other guy whips out his cell phone, calls 911, as he should, right?
Yes.
He asks the operator, says, I think Bubba's dead. What should I do? The operator, in a calm, soothing voice, says, just take it easy. Follow my instructions. And then, sir, right? You with me?
I'm with you.
He's dead.
I made sure of it.
Okay. Now what?
I'm sorry, we both saw that one coming down the road, man. Yeah, I made sure of it.
There you go.
I'm sorry, we blew it, man. I'm sorry.
You didn't blow you right on top of it, my friend,
on
Mr.
top of
Schulteis.
Remember, we got a camper trip this weekend. If you have any questions, you will get to the parking spot. Call the Rodney Rogers hotline. We'll come and get
I
you
have so many questions.
on the cruise ship.
Call the Gnarly Barley to make reservations.
Are you ready? I'm going to give you the Gnarly Barley phone number right now. If you need to call them,
I do.
I'm not sure they'll take reservations, but we'll give it the old shot.
407. Got it?
I'm sorry. 854-4999. And see if you can get a spot reserved for the Rodney Rogers Outdoors January the 5th show.
Steve Schulteis, Party of 12.
Be the early bird.
Call
We
him.
may not have
I'm
that
begging
option,
you, call him. Call him.
but we will
You know I
definitely be
will.
there for the 100th episode. Thank you all for listening. Absolutely enjoy every single person out there. As my mama said 18 million times, God bless her. And I pray I get to say it half as much. You kids get outside and stay.